This is Double Trouble, and it was one of my favorite trails at Duthie Hill Mountain Bike Park. I rode it pretty much every time I went. Now when I heard they changed it up a few months ago, I didn't think it could get any better, so I didn't know what to think. Today, I'm going to dive into all the changes that have been made recently and give you my opinions on the individual features. I'll also give you tips on how to hit the jumps if you haven't had the chance to yet. Before we start, make sure to watch my previous video on the trail, which I'll link in the description. That video covers the jumps that were changed earlier on, and I won't be covering those jumps today. You should also know what has changed recently, so let's quickly run through it. The second jump was shifted, a new third jump was added, and the fourth was made into a hip. After the remade roller and fifth jump, the shark fin was overhauled, and the jump after has gotten a raised landing. The step down was also made a bit steeper, and height was added to the roller double. After the step up, the tabletop was made crazy, along with the shark fin. The roller was made into a hip, and the last hill became a step up. So I know this is a lot to talk about, but let's break it down in order. The second jump's lip was changed and is now more of a transfer than it was before. The left side was chopped off, and the right was made wider. I've never actually taken the new lip, but it looks pretty much the same. As long as you land the first jump well, all you need to do is lightly coast and maybe pop a little off the lip. I don't mind the new addition, but since it was shifted right, the walk-up goes in the gap. Not ideal, but it doesn't really matter. It's still a super fun jump. Next is the new third jump, which is actually the second version. The first jump was a low racer with the rollers as an option, but the left side is now a shark fin. I enjoyed riding the racer more than the shark fin, but that's only because it was more convenient. The shark fin's actually more fun. You see, you have to transfer super hard on the second jump to hit the shark fin because it's much skinnier than the old racer. The shark fin is still loads of fun, and I definitely hit it if I'm set up for it well. After the fourth jump, you go into the fifth, which is the same lip, but a different landing now. The landing is now a massive hip that extends to the right, and it's super cool. Since I am on an enduro bike though, it is pretty hard to land all the way to the side, but I've seen people on dirt jumpers do it. For proper speed, I recommend coasting from the fourth jump and just popping off the lip a small amount. Next, there's a massive cambered roller into the sixth jump. Now I need to correct what I said previously. In the last video on this trail, I called this roller unnecessary and annoying. I take everything about that back because this roller is very intuitive and very fun. The feature was made bigger and taller too, as well as smoother. The clay-based material that was used rides super nicely, and the trail now has flow in the one spot it lacked before. After the sixth jump between the trees, you reach the new shark fin, which is insanity. The builders made this a lot taller and steeper, making it just too much fun. The end now has a real lip too, which causes you to launch farther than before. Because of this, I recommend brake checking a slight amount into the shark fin. The new improved feature also has more range, meaning you can take it high or low. The roller or landing into the next jump was also made taller, so use a bit more brakes. There was also a small hip added to the landing, so you can whip if you want to. I don't think this could have been made any better, and it fixed everything wrong with the old feature. Speed checking and a lip off the end. There's also moss growing on the whole back, top, and side, making it look ridiculous. This is by far the biggest shark fin at Duthie, and easily the most fun one too. I could list endless positives about this jump, but it's time to move on to the eighth. This lip was resurfaced and made smoother as well, and it's very noticeable. Looking at it from the side, you can see how perfect the radius of the lip is, but that's not the main thing that was changed. The landing was actually made about 2.5 feet taller, and it's not a step down anymore. The small lip is now a step up, and the big lip is level with the landing. This is great, as you can now see the landing when rolling up, eliminating the blind lip altogether. The landing was also curved into the right side, creating awesome hip opportunities. Since it is taller, you also naturally carry more speed into the step down, meaning that you don't have to pedal anymore. The step down that follows was also raised up a little, making it one of the biggest jumps at Duthie. I wouldn't be surprised if this was easily over 25 feet. You can see where the lip was raised, and the radius was also fixed. The jump feels similar to before, so just go no pedals from the previous jump and scout out your landing. The next feature is a roller double, which is basically the same as it was before. A little height was added to the landing though, allowing for whips if you favor that direction. After you land the step up, you go into a berm which has a lump at the end. I think they need to remove this because it makes it harder to get speed for the next jump, which is crazy. This right here is the new 12th jump, and I love it so much. It used to be a small tabletop that was about 8 feet long, but not anymore. This jump is perfect now, and it suits the trail very well. This jump's lip has become steeper and taller, going between two trees to a blind landing. I love it. The lip is perfectly built and throws you right into the landing. I've heard the goal was to have people be able to whip above the tree to the right, and it's certainly possible with some effort. This jump was changed the most out of any, and I can't describe how fun it is. The 12th jump alone brings the trail's final score way up. If you're hitting this for the first time, work hard into the berm after landing the step up so that you have lots of speed. It's always better to overshoot than to case with this one. I just love the idea of building this, and I'm sure you guys will too once you ride it. Next comes the new and improved shark fin. This lip feels similar to before, but they totally resurfaced it and chopped off the bottom. It's 100 times smoother than before and also much better. The landing was also pulled out because you come in with more speed than the tabletop. It's also a hip now, meaning you can do a scrub or whip off in the shark fin, and that's a nice touch. Once you land, the old rollable step down was turned into a giant right hip. Though it's not a full 90 degrees, it does bank, and I like it a lot. The lip is a lot steeper now, and you feel like you got shot straight up. Since it's a step down too, it feels like you get some of the most air on the entire trail, and you're falling forever. On my first try, I pedaled after the shark fin and wildly overshot this jump, so don't do what I did. After a few runs, I noticed that a slight tap of the brakes is the way to go. Also, I don't pop off this lip because it kinda hurts to land. After a small shark fin that was built up, there's one final step up. This used to be a small hill to kill your speed, but it's a big jump now. I'm still not sure what to think of this, but it's a great trick jump for a lot of people and is much better than the old hill. So that's it for Double Trouble, and as you can see, it's a pretty insane trail. Definitely my favorite in Washington that I've ridden so far. My final score for this trail is definitely going to be a 10 out of 10, and you did hear that right. This trail is my favorite trail at Duthie and contains the most flow of them all. I even like this more than most bike park trails due to its smoothness and also how well the jumps are built. Before we go, I'll show you the full run from first person on my GoPro. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.
Behind the scenes here, Raj broke the plant.